When I was in 7th grade, my thoughts were mostly occupied by things like school and softball. The last thing on my mind was the thought of a potential baby sibling. When I was 12 years old, my whole family was shocked to find out that my mom was pregnant with her 4th child, my baby sister, Chloe. I wasn't quite sure how my family would adjust to a new addition to the family, but I did know that the next few months would be months of my life that I would never forget. While my family understood that this would be a big change, I don't think any of us quite understood the impact that a baby sibling would have on all of our lives. One day I walked into my parents' room and I noticed papers from a doctor's office sitting on their dresser. I didn't think anything of it, and I didn't even worry because I knew that if I was supposed to worry, my parents would have told me about it. Come to find out, my mom had gone to the doctor and she had asked him to check her hormone levels because she hadn't been feeling right lately. They checked her hormone levels and the test came back. Some of her hormone levels were way too high, and the doctors initially thought that she had a pituitary tumor. After weeks of tests and no answers, the doctors had asked her if she'd taken a pregnancy test. She hadn't, so they made her do that, and the results came back positive. We prepared the whole summer by hunting for a new house that would fit all of my family members, plus another one. There were some complications while looking for the house, but once the month of September came, all was good. October hit, and then things started to go wrong. My mom's blood pressure got really high, and she was diagnosed with preeclampsia. She ended up in the hospital on strict bed rest for the whole month of October. It was really hard to see my mom like that, and it was really difficult for my family to adjust. But on November 5th, 6 weeks and 1 day early, my little sister, Chloe Nicole, was born. She was 4 pounds and 10 ounces, and other than being small, she was a perfectly healthy baby. The doctors predicted that she would spend 1 month in the NICU. It was really hard news to hear because she was born during flu season. The only people who could see her was my mom and dad. None of my siblings or I were allowed to go see her. But after 8 days, she surprised us all and she was allowed to go home. I met her for the first time that afternoon. This was a really emotionally hard time on my family because within a few months, we went from thinking that my mom could have a tumor to then finding out she was pregnant to then her being hospitalized on strict bed rest. This whole experience really showed me just how strong my mom is. It also helped me focus on all of the blessings in life more than the troubles. We went through all of the troubles just to end up with such a blessing like my baby sister. This was such a vivid memory because it changed the dynamic of my family forever. My little sister brings us so much joy, and I never want to forget the process of her coming into my life. My baby sister Chloe being born was such an eye-opening experience for me. She changed my life and my family's life for the better. Throughout my sister being born, I have seen and learned how some of the toughest situations in life we deal with can have some of the most rewarding outcomes.